Headship. For most people, that word feels settled. The man is the head, the woman submits, end of story. But what if Paul never said what we think he said? What if we've been building our theology on a mistranslation? We'll dive into the Greek and uncover what Paul was actually saying in Ephesians 5. Let's jump right in and step into 1st century Ephesus to see what Paul was really saying. Headship. In modern English, the word head almost always implies authority. The head of a company, the head of a department, the head of a household. But the ancient Greek word Paul used, kephale, held a very different meaning in its day. And if we're going to use this as a cornerstone to build our entire theology about how men and women are supposed to relate to each other, we need to be absolutely sure that we were understanding what Paul was actually saying. This is not about tossing out scripture. This is about recognizing how much of what we believe is based off of our interpretations and cultural assumptions, rather than the original context. It's about recovering the original design and not the results of the fall. Understanding the cultural context that Paul was writing in deeply matters. When Paul wrote to people in Ephesus, he was writing to the heart of the Greco-Roman world, steeped in imperial hierarchy and pagan worship, most notably the cult of Artemis. Ephesus was a city where power dynamics were deeply ingrained, both in civic life and religious practice. The Temple of Artemis, one of the 7 wonders of the world, was dominated by female priestesses, mysticism, and fertility rituals. Women held cultic authority in spiritual matters, often in direct opposition to early believers who were trying to walk in the way of Mashiach, or the Messiah. Paul was not writing a systematic theology textbook. He was writing a letter to real people in a real place, facing real confusion about what it looked like to follow in the footsteps of Mashiach, the Messiah.